The city of Johannesburg's multi-party coalition has hailed the High Court decision interdicting today's council meeting as a victory. The ruling labelled the call for an extraordinary sitting of council null and void. A motion of no confidence against Mayor Pule was expected to be tabled. Pule is currently briefing, or rather was briefing, the media earlier today in Braamfontein. Let's speak to Pule Letshwiti Jones, who was at that particular briefing, just to give us an update on what she said. Pule, I don't know if this question came across, but it looks like it's now become some battle of Pule versus COPE's Colleen Makhubela. What does she say about that, if it was asked at all?
Yeah, definitely, and it seems as though they will not be sitting back this time while service delivery is affected in the city of Johannesburg. But first and foremost, Executive Mayor Pule making it quite clear that they will be taking action against the chairs of chairs, Colleen Makhubela. Her, alongside some members of the multi-party coalition government, including the likes of Funzi Ngobeni from Action SA, they're of the view that Makhubela has brought the city into disrepute. They're saying that what she was trying to do by convening an urgent council sitting, which is expected to sit today, was unlawful. And therefore they've welcomed the Johannesburg High Court judgment, saying it rules in their favour, and this will set a good precedent that you can't just participate in council affairs and do as you please. But most importantly, they believe that by taking action against Makhubela, it will put her in the right position and ensure that she remains just an ordinary councillor. Those are some of the words that were coming from the executive mayor of Johannesburg, Pule. But also it seems as though they believe that they got a right strategy to ensure that whatever happens next will see the acting city manager, Brian Maduka, taking the position to run over the affairs of council, and therefore seeing that motion of no confidence that's expected to be brought this time around against Ms. Makhubela, of course, being the chairs of chairs from COPE. Maybe let's just take a listen to what they had to say regarding this matter.
The Johannesburg multi-party government welcomes the judgment handed down by the Honourable Judge Gcina Malindi in the High Court, which is in line with the position that we have held. Judge Malindi ruled that the notice issued by the Chair of Chairs, Councillor Colleen Makhubela, for an extraordinary sitting of council to sit on Tuesday, the 13th of September 2022, which is today, is invalid, null and void. Furthermore, that the meeting called for Tuesday has been interdicted from taking place. The ruling went on further to state that contrary to what Councillor Makhubela and her allies believe, she is not the acting speaker and is interdicted from holding herself out as purporting to be exercising any of the statutory functions of the acting speaker. The city and the multi-party government have long contended that the office of the speaker remains vacant until such time the city manager convenes a sitting of council to elect an acting speaker or speaker of council from among the members of the House. The actions of Councillor Makhubela and those who backed and bankrolled her illegal actions must be condemned in the harshest of terms.
So the court actually ruling in Pule's favour yesterday, saying that Colleen Makhubela should not actually be seen as the speaker and someone who can just call a meeting. But Pule seems to be confident in the numbers. She kept mentioning numbers, Pule, when it comes to whether or not she would actually be ousted.
You remember, for there to be quorum and for some of your decisions to pass, you need 50+1. You need 136 seats as well to ensure that you can be a very strong multi-party coalition government in that council sitting when it does convene. The executive mayor is quite confident that they got the numbers on their side, but just a couple of days ago we saw the kind of mess that transpired in that council, where there were allegations of some councillors being bribed to actually then favour the opposition parties in their move to oust the then Speaker Vasco da Gama. Earlier on we spoke to the leader of Al-Jama'ah, Thapelo Ahmad, who said that, look, yes, we welcome the court judgment. It has ruled in the favour of the multi-party coalition government and not ours, and we're patient. We'll wait until month end, and this will not change anything the opposition parties, including the ANC, Al-Jama'ah, COPE, amongst others, they are of the view that even if the acting city manager, Brian Maduka, is to preside over the affairs come month end, they will still have the numbers to actually remove the mayor, of course, being Pule Letshwiti, in a motion of no confidence against her through a secret voting process. So it will be quite interesting to see how that transpires. But today it seemed as though the mayor was quite confident. She's confident that the motion will not pass against her, and she believes that her future in the city is still quite safe. Let's just take a listen to what she had to say earlier on.
Numbers, as I've already said, are intact. We already passed the 135 mark. In fact, we already passed the 136 mark, and we're just looking at the extras. So there is no need for us to stall, because even if we were to go to council today, we would have the numbers to defeat whatever that the opposition tries to bring. So no, that's not true. In terms of my position, no, I'm not worried about my position. In fact, we've just had a meeting with the MMCs. We meet every week on a Tuesday morning, just to engage on where we are, give each other support, and plan together. And we are as united as we've always been. There's no issues, and no, my position is not in danger.
So Makubela, Pule has accused the DA of white supremacy, etc. And this is not the first time that opposition political parties have said that. Even when Herman Mashaba was still at the helm as mayor for the DA in Joburg, that's what the EFF said about that particular party. Did Pule Letshwiti have anything to say about these allegations?
No, she hasn't said anything. She's remained mum, keeping her cards close to her chest. She believes that she's quite on track. She believes she's got the support of the multi-party coalition government. She believes that residents should be prioritized in such instances. She's justified why the city actually, went to court as applicants to try and stop her councillor, or rather chairs of chairs, Colleen Makubela, from actually presiding over the affairs of council today. These are not the first time these allegations have been made. I mean, you remember even the ANC back then, in just about 2018, under the leadership of Kgoshi Mayapa, would make allegations that there's the white and black caucus in the DA in the city of Tshwane. So all the time these kind of remarks will be made by members of the opposition, and some members such as the executive mayor of Johannesburg and Pule Letshwiti are of the view that their future is quite safe, their job is safe in the city, and that they want to prioritize the needs of the residents. But it will be interesting to see as to whether at a later stage she will be tough enough to keep a job, and whether these allegations will be tested and try to see whether they are true or not. But for now, I can surely tell you that the mayor believes that she's got the full support of the party caucus and other members of the multi-party coalition to ensure that they keep the work moving forward and prioritize service delivery.
All right, Pule Letshwiti Jones, live for us in Joburg with that report. Let's leave it there for now.